You a Star Wars fan? Because you'll be amazed at number one, that a lot of women might be into the shit that you're into, but you're so worried about her judging you that you don't give it half a chance. But also some of the things that you're not into, you'll be amazed at how women would want to get into it because they want to get closer to you.
A lot of times they say shit like, "Oh, I'm free on weekends," or I'm usually free on Thursdays," or whatever the hell. So if it makes sense, then I schedule a date.
If she really liked you from the get-go, there would be no reward system you would have to look for to do anything for, right? Because it would automatically be there, And I like to do this in conversation sometimes. When you're speaking with somebody and you'll hear a girl say something like, "I'll never do this," or "I don't like this," or "I don't like that." And then you'll notice, you'll say, "Nah, I kind of like it. I like it when blah, blah, blah." And she's like, well, yeah, when you say it like that, I like it, And it's just kind of like, yeah, you switched up awfully fast for somebody that just really said they don't like something. And so, there's always been clues out there for fellas to understand, like, yo, if they really like you, they will change their whole political party.
They're not giving her real instruction. They're not letting her know what it really is. And most dudes don't do it. Most dudes don't say what it is because they're afraid to hear no, or they're afraid to bring up sex too early and all of this and all of that. But the bottom line is this. Either, again, and somebody said it, either she's feeling you or she's not. You understand? Either she's feeling you or she's not. We got to stop all this nonsense, man. Guys are too afraid to hear no, and it's like I'd rather hear no than to waste 2, 3, 4 dates and time spent, money spent, and all this other shit just to find out that you wasn't feeling me any damn way. You see what I'm saying? But so with me, first date is cool. If you don't want to do it on the first date, no problem. You could be on your period or whatever it is. There's a lot of things that could be off on the first date, right? It doesn't matter. But second date, you gotta know what it
is. For me, I like exclusive vagina to me. And that's because I don't want to catch nothing to have my later years messed up. And I like to stroke without no condom on. It feels great.
No.
So I like it.
So you like to be hugged by the sugar walls? You like to be hugged?
Yeah. I like that velvet, plush velvet. The smoothness. So,
but even then, Jay Roman, I hear you.
He don't get up for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So, and the reason is because he has to conserve his energy to do 3 full workouts a day up until his competition date. You understand? So when he's in season, he literally just works out as hard as he can. Then he sits on the couch and his wife brings him everything. The only thing she don't do is fucking piss for him, right? So what I'm saying is, it's one thing to have a wife that does it, because you said earlier, these were the words you used. You said a woman who says, "Oh, I rock with this dude, so I don't mind doing this." But see, it's a difference between a woman who doesn't mind and a woman who cheerfully wants to do it. Understand the position of a simp. Make sure you understand the position of a friend zone nigga. Make sure you understand that a man doesn't do anything for nothing. You understand? So run the game, be careful, and do what you got to do.
And that's the right there, Jay Roman. And that's the problem. Your main chick should always be prioritized over all the new chicks. Right? The new chicks should not get preferential treatment. Right? So what would make it difficult for a lot of women is if you're giving girlfriend treatment to the new chick. Right? So this is why when you very first meet women, you have to establish boundaries and parameters where they got to earn everything. So that way, when the main chick is with you and she knows you're dealing with new women, she knows they have to go through the gauntlet too. They just don't get shit quicker. Like
mic, Kerry K setting the blaze, sagging. Miles Cunham with the game so tight. J. Roman lit the torch, keeping it right. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law. Kerry K drops jewels, the crowd enthralled. Words cut deep, no need for brawls. Miles Cunningham, tactics sharp like a dagger. Navigates the game, makes the haters stagger. Journey to manhood, no easy feat. Lessons from the masters, words concrete. J. Roman with the keys, opens the door. Manhood's the path, gotta crave for more. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Manhood is a Skills Show.
Yeah.
Happy Saturday to everybody. What's going on, gentlemen?
What up?
What's up? How y'all doing? Man? How's life treating y'all?
Chilling, man. Pretty good, man. Can't complain too much. And even if I did, who the fuck would give a fuck? Because ain't nobody coming to save me. Because I'm a goddamn man. You feel me? And manhood is a skill set, man.
Hey,
There you go.
where's my Cash App on the screen here? Y'all didn't tell me how expensive it was to get stuff set up and everything like that.
What?
You know, getting this for that and that for this and all this other stuff. You know, got a nice little cost to it. Yeah. So
yeah. Equipment is a thing. Yeah, equipment is a thing.
Yeah. So you know, salute to y'all, man, for doing this thing, man.
Yeah. Hey,
I tried to fight it. I tried to put in the money, and the first time I met Steve, it was a minute, and after the joint, I think Lacario had a live stream, but just real quick, and he came on, and at first Steve was looking at me like, "Who the fuck is this nigga?" Like Steve had that standoffish like. So after I talked for a while, then Steve was like, "All right." It was like game recognized game. Then he started to kind of let down the standoffishness, so much so that later on, him and I linked up after the show, and that's where he kind of got in my ear a little bit. Say, bro, you got a lot to say, but why you being cheap, nigga? So he even peeped that just from that. He like, you gotta invest, bro, if you're gonna take this shit seriously. So
Facts. That's real talk.
And Mr. Justin, I got you, bro. I got you. I'm gonna send you the joint in just a minute. It's just, I got you.
So
letting you know I ain't forget about you.
There's my PayPal, folks. You can help that out. Help me get rolling.
Real talk.
Right there. So, what is real loyalty in relationships? I'm super excited about this, and the reason why I am because I really think we're probably going to disagree. I might be surprised by your guys' responses to some of the shit I'm going to say. And what prompted this was a Facebook post that I reposted to the Social Sexual Dynamic Facebook group. I'm gonna bring that post up in a minute, but I really, really want to talk about this when we talk about what is real loyalty in relationships. And one of the things I want to bring up, right, and I want guys to think about this, right. In friendships, loyalty is earned, but in relationships involving women, loyalty is demanded. I want to know why. You know what I'm saying? Why the rush for shit? Because a woman is involved. And what I mean by that is, like, let's take, how long you and Lacario been friends, bro?
Damn, over 20 years.
Okay. I'm sure in year one, it wasn't no undying loyalty to the nigga. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Nah, we was just cool.
Exactly. And I'm sure over years, there was a foundation of trust, and then it cultivated into something like it is now. So
Right.
For whatever reason, when it involves the opposite sex or vagina, it's like, I demand that you be loyal to me. And it's like, yeah, go ahead.
Just real quick, I would say, see, you know what? No, I'm sorry. Finish, and then I'll get into it. Sorry.
No. And I'm not saying that
he had something he already disagreed with. Look at that. You was right.
I love it. No. I love it. See, to me, this is and I'll tell you where I'm coming from. Okay, I'll tell you where I'm coming from. So, let's say, for the sake of argument, I'm dating a woman, right? Seriously, and she's coming at me about being in a relationship, right? Because I don't look at loyalty as just the sexual part. There's other aspects to loyalty that's more important than the sex, right? So what I'm really, my mindset is really how I believe a lot of people view loyalty. They always look at the sexual aspect or the sexual exclusivity aspect. There's other aspects to loyalty, and the proof of that is in friendships and with family. There's no sex involved, but there's undying loyalty there, right? So my point is, back to my point, then I'll pass it to you, Miles. Is in situations where chicks wanted to be in a relationship with me, I never asked them to be faithful. I never asked for sexual exclusivity. Never asked for it, right? Now, they offered it. They basically said, I want to be. And my thing is, hey, I'm not asking for that shit. So understand, if you go back on what you're offering, you broke the contract. I ain't fucking with you. But go ahead,
Right.
Miles.
No, well, so the part where you got that loyalty is demanded, that's like my first discrepancy, because as a man, I don't demand anything from anyone, right? If I can't command it, then I'm doing something wrong. You see what I'm saying? If I cannot command the loyalty and the respect and the upholding of my standards and things like that, then I did something wrong. And so that's like my first thing, right? But again, it all, for me, like any, it goes right back to game. It goes right back to, everything begins and ends with the man. Shout out to Coach EO. Like, it's all about me and what I did. Like, it's funny because when I was younger and I used to catch myself arguing with a chick I was fucking with at the time, whatever chick I was fucking with at the time, I used to always think, oh man, this bitch is crazy. Like, why is she acting like this? Where'd she come from? But these days, if I have any type of misunderstanding or discussion, I literally can see where I fucked up and what I did wrong. Like, I literally see it, and it's
in real time.
In real fucking time. And here's the thing, it frees it. It's very freeing, but very fucking terrifying at the same fucking time. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying.
No, I get it.
Because when you really see, it's kind of like, those scary movies where at the end you find out that the monster is a manifestation of some mental issue in the mind of the protagonist.
Yes.
It's kind of like that. Like, you're staring in the face of a two-headed monster coming to fucking destroy you, not real. And then you, at first you're just afraid, like, oh shit, it's a two-headed monster coming to get me. What the fuck do I do? Not realizing that while you're looking at this two-headed monster, you created it. Like,
a figment of your imagination,
like Fight Club.
Yeah, like, it's yours. Like, you own that shit. And shout out to Boss Mac. Like, it adds another layer to that phrase that he talked about in Game Kings 2, when he said, if you chilling with your bitch and the devil busts through the floor, you got to act like you was waiting on him. You understand? You got to act like you expected that shit. You understand? And so like I'm saying, it frees you if you know how to handle it, but it's also very terrifying, especially if you don't, or if you don't completely have a handle. But go ahead. Okay.
Let me just say this real quick, because I want to be clear. So when I say loyalty is demanded, I'm not saying I demand it. What I'm saying is, if you look at how people date, women included, they demand it. A prime example, if a chick is fucking with a dude and she tells him, we can date, but if we're gonna have sex, you have to only be fucking me. He's demanding his loyalty.
Right.
Bro, that's not healthy. That doesn't work. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't do this. It's like you're holding something and you're saying, if you want this, do this.
it's almost like coercion. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like even in if you talk about legal terms and as far as a guy being questioned about a crime, entrapment or something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna work. But go ahead, Jay Roman.
I'm going through like all these past relationships in my head and everything, and I realized I did some demanding back in the day.
Real talk.
Yeah, like as soon as I took this condom off, this is it. Now you could be friendly with whoever you want to be friendly with, but when it comes to stroking like this, it should just be me, right? Because just for the purpose of safety. But I like the way you put it, Miles. I demanded, assuming I was commanding it, and I think commanding it is when it's earned. And I think that a lot of times we don't ever get to the commanding it because we demanded it so quickly because we cut short the vetting process of who we wanted to be next to.
Exactly.
Yes,
sir.
I'm glad I chose Das. I want to open up that right there because I think a lot of people, when they think about loyalty, I think the first thing they go to is sexual loyalty. That's the first thing they go to. So I'm going to share this with y'all real quick. Let me find this shit. There was a fan, I reshared it and I put a comment, and I'm curious as to come on, Carrie. There we go, right there. So she says, lots of women have wasted good years staying loyal to the wrong man. My response, and when I reposted this, is people are not loyal to people. You're loyal to a belief. Most relationships are a needs-based loyalty, meaning as long as someone is getting what they feel they need, they're loyal to the situation, but not to the person. Now, me personally, I agree with what I said. That's my perception of how I view how people talk about loyalty. I'm curious as to how you guys feel about what the young lady was saying and the post in general.
Well, so with yeah, please, yeah. So when I look at something like this, when I hear women say I wasted my time or I was fucking with the wrong man or things like that, what I propose or what I surmise when I hear things like that is that the woman sadly met a man who didn't know his masculine identity at the time, right? Meaning that it's a guy that he didn't fully understand who he was at the time. And so whoever he showed her to create that bond, to create that relationship, is like when she says the wrong man, what it means is that she was mistaken. You understand, from the beginning, because either he was lying to himself or he simply didn't know who he truly was. Right. So either it was a deception or it was an ignorance. And that's personally why I do what I do. Right. Because I want guys to be authentic and I want them to be honest. So the man that they present to themselves first actually makes sense to them. And then so the man that they present to others, especially women, because they're seeking our guidance and our protection and everything like that to create family, society, and family, community, and society. I think that's the building block of what we're trying to produce as it comes to producing a world that we can all thrive in. Right. And so things like that is, to say it's the wrong man, it's because it was a deception or it was a deception or an ignorance. Now, to say that it was a waste of time also lets me know that she still has an immature perspective of life in general, because in my opinion, nothing is actually a waste of time. Because in every experience, we learn more about ourselves. And that's the point of all of this, right? To learn more about who we truly are. You understand? So she's just as, in some ways, she's just as disingenuous, ignorant, and immature as the man that she claims she wasted that time with.
Take that. Okay. Now, here's my thing, Miles. And this is why I say what I said about people being more loyal to a belief than any particular individual, specifically as it relates to relationships between men and women, right? So what I got from that is, see, you were loyal to the belief that you would have a certain kind of relationship. Maybe you felt marriage was on the horizon.
Right.
So you're not loyal to him. You're loyal to the belief that you're going to be a wife. And because you never got that, you felt like I wasted years of loyalty because I never got the ring or I never got his last name. Now, so, and this is why I say, especially, I'm not saying it's an impossibility, but I do not believe that women or men, really, in most cases, and I want you guys' opinion on this, when it comes to relationship between men and women, are necessarily loyal to any particular person. Like, I'll use myself as an example. I'm loyal to my life, my world, my program, if you will. I'm loyal to that and anything in it. So if a woman comes in it, yes, sexually you're sharing me, but I'm loyal to you. Meaning, if I covet you, if I'm fond of you, if you're more than just someone I'm fucking, I got you. If you need me, I'm there. Like if I can be there, I'm there for you. And I'm not talking about money, right? I'm talking about this. I'm there. I got you. Number one, I'm not talking shit behind your back, right? I'm not letting nobody talk shit about you, right? If another girl come along, I'm not trying to get rid of you because she's prettier. No, so to me, when I look at loyalty, I look at shit like that, right? And I think people, they look at sexual loyalty like that's the only loyalty that matters. Like nothing else matters but that. But y'all got it.
You got the first thing I thought of was the same thing Miles did with, I don't believe in wasting time. I believe people make choices. And if you made the choice to stay and the choice to, like you said, for the situation, that's the choice that you made. So you have to be accountable for the choices that you made. Now, I kind of liken it like if you go to Vegas. I remember one year I went to Vegas. I brought $1,000 to burn. I'm not a gambler. I lost 40 of it within, I think 4 seconds. And I realized that, this ain't for me. I'm not the type of guy that's going to spend money doing this. Right. There's some that are. When they come back, they can't say, oh, I wasted money. No, you made a choice to put the money down for the reward. And in the process of trying to get that reward, you got your feelings or your high from it or whatever you did. Right. That was the cost of it. And I think that she gained this experience. So maybe next time she doesn't need that much time to decipher who she's with. But at the same time, it wasn't a waste of time. And, and I'm in total agreement with you as far as the maturity of it. Like, everybody needs to start having a little more accountability for their actions because you create the world that you want to be in. Right. Male or female. So I also think that loyalty sometimes is put on like a term of good or bad, right? Like, are you loyal to me or not? Yeah. And I think that those moments are earned from your interaction because there's women that's loyal to men they're not even with right now. Like you go talk bad about somebody's ex-husband and they're like, no, don't talk about him like that because there's other stuff that he has done. Now we're not together, but at the same time, so I'm not loyal to the situation as us being together, but just the simple fact of the person itself.
Right. The name, his name. Like don't
there we go. Yeah. Now we talk
about
identity.
Yeah. So and I think that, and that's vice versa. There's some people like, hey man, like you can't say that against somebody, but I can. Right. Preferably, I don't want anything said at all. If you really respect it, if you want to be loyal to me, our business shouldn't be out on the street. Period.
That's right there. Now we see.
Facts.
But there's people that, live like that. And I don't know if it's partly earned or it's a quality they have inside of them. And that's what I'm kind of debating on right now, that some of it's earned, but I think some people inept have these qualities inside of them that say, hey, I move like this. Like, I'm a loyal person. I move like this. Just like, I tell you this, Zach, you know, we don't hang out like that. We don't live in the same city or nothing like that. But I'm the type of person that if I know you're a woman, you have no worries about me. Like, I don't go into your house unless you're there. If we're at a barbecue, you're not going to see me talking to her in the kitchen all by ourselves, making her laugh. I don't do that. That's, you know, and some may say, oh man, he's real loyal to his boy, but I'm more loyal to myself and the type of guy that I am.
Right.
See, that's what I'm right there. You have a code. So it's like this. I have acquaintances. I know who you are, but I don't really fuck with you. Like there's no bad blood. They're like, oh, what's up, dog? But beyond that, we don't really speak. Then I have associates. So for me, associates, when I think about associates, if I associate myself with you, I have respect for you because I'm associating myself with you, right? I'm around you. My name is attached to your name and face and likeness. I have to respect you to say, yeah, I know him. I rock with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then I have friends, right? But it doesn't matter who you are. If you're in that category, I'm loyal to you.
Right.
So it's not about a particular individual. If I consider you a friend, you have my loyalty. If I consider you an associate, you have my loyalty. Acquaintance, I don't know you like that, nigga. It's so you don't count. You know what I'm saying? But y'all got it though, man.
Right.
Well, you know, it's so weird when I was out there dipping. If I knew your dude's name, I couldn't be the side dude no more. Like if I knew his name and knew of him, that's it. I'm done because I play for the guy side. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, there's a code amongst men, and there's no way I can shake his hand and then have his lady come over my house. And that's just how I've always been. Like, don't tell me his name. Like as soon as I know his name and know where he work or know something about him, this is over with. This is because now I know information.
Right.
See,
that puts me on a certain level where I'm your sneaky link, and I don't feel like that. Like if you come in to get some comfort, and you ain't gonna let me know this dude's name, and this is just our arrangement, cool. But that loyalty was to myself more than to the dude or to her. It was to myself. Now, I ain't gonna be telling nothing. Somebody, hey, you messing with my head. You got to talk to her about that. Whatever. But at the same time, the loyalty is if I knew him. This is it. This is done.
Wicked Scorpion. That's just my interpretation of it. That's just how I feel about it. Like I categorize people like that. You know what I'm saying?
No.
What's going on, fellas? Hang on a second. I'm having some technical difficulties.
Justin in the building. All right, what's going on, Justin? But Wicked Scorpion, go look up the definitions of these words. Acquaintances means somebody that you just met once or twice. So the words mean something. They can't be the same. Guys, what the fuck you think I mean when I say your language exposes you? Every word was created for a fucking reason. You understand what I'm saying? So go look up the definition of these words. It'll explain it exactly. Acquaintance is someone that you met maybe once or twice. Like, oh yeah, I met that person before. But associates means, like you said, Zag, you associate with them. Yes. Like how we get together on every Saturday. We are associates.
Yes.
Like, I wouldn't say we're friends because we hung out at the seminars and shit like that, and it's all good, and shit like that. But we are more associates than friends or even hangout buddies, and we all live in different cities and all that. So it would, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't make sense to really call each other friends, but we're definitely associates.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? We associate because dudes be calling me up, asking me about stuff y'all said, and the reason why is because we come together and we share a lot of the same viewpoints, talking points. Yeah. We may not agree on everything, but we are associated in the game and in the energy that we put out on these internet streets. You understand? So it's not the same. It can't be the same. And let me explain something to you. Words that have more than like 3 syllables If they are different words, usually they have different meanings. Words with that many fucking syllables are gonna have different meanings, bro. Like, period.
Yeah. And I think that's a great point. I think if people knew how to correctly categorize people, you would understand that some people don't deserve the same energy as others.
Exactly. I can't stand these niggas that be talking about, that's my friend. What?
Yeah,
like, you met that nigga twice and you talking about, that's my friend. What?
Well, not only that, Miles, I'm like, so have you been around his mom and his father and his sisters, his siblings, his kids, his girl, backyard barbecue? You been around them like that?
See, that's how I feel when I see, and I think it's goofy, and I don't care, when I see celebrities that pass and they be having R.I.P. such and such, and I be like, do you really know that person?
Yeah.
Like, I can understand, hey, you know what I'm saying? I feel sorry for I feel sorry for their family, their moms, their dad, their, the people that really are affected by them.
Right.
But I'm not throwing R.I.P. in the wind just as a trend, so people can read it on social media and be like, "Oh, okay." Like, nah, I don't know that person.
Right.
I don't know that celebrity. I feel sorry for their family. That's it. So,
Thanks.
There you go. What up, Justin? You good over there,
What's
brother?
happening, fellas? Yeah. StreamYard lately has been a little bit glitchy. Like weird settings shit, making cameras not access, microphones not access has been real weird.
Yeah.
I'm good now.
You getting that Zag Items, bro. That's all that is, bro.
Yeah.
We'll get infected.
Zach, I'm tired of this. I'm bringing note to everybody that's having issues.
Oh, and I want to tell two quick stories because I want again, what is real lower tier relationships? Okay, before I tell these two stories, one of my pet peeves is a woman taking what's going on underneath our roof and sharing that with other people to get some insight. I can't stand that shit, right? And I'm gonna tell you these two stories. Now, since I was a teenager, I've always felt this way. Since I was young, I've always felt that way. But when certain things happen, I say, and that's why. And that's fucking why I feel this way. I'll tell you these two stories, but I'm gonna tell you these two stories in one. So I'm related to a particular individual, and another individual is an associate of mine, right? Both of them at any point in time were married. Now, one of them is still married, the other one isn't. But when these stories happened, they were married, right? Same situation or similar situations. One evening or one day, they're going to their wife's family event or party, whatever the fuck ever. They go there and they're immediately cornered and they start getting checked about how they're treating the girl by family members.
Oh, okay.
I heard this. I heard you say so. In both situations, a fight might go down. Right. So when both these guys told me these stories, and I'm like, "You still with the bitch?" I would have left her, nigga. I'm like, so my thing is, so you're sharing things with them about what's going on with us, and they want to fight me behind this shit, right? And I don't even know you're sharing this shit. And the first time I hear about it is I got fingers in my face. Now, none of that shit ever happened to me because, nigga, it would have been a problem. But in these situations, to me, I look at that as disloyalty. But I got it.
That alone with them coming to your friend, to me is her sharing to me wasn't the violation, and I'll explain that. But her not making good judgment on who to share it with is
okay.
Now, if you want some clarification on a situation, I don't mind that. But make sure you choose somebody that is wise enough to understand that it stops there with them. Now, if you have 13 people you're sharing with, that's something different. Right. Like, you need advice from every girlfriend that you ever had. That's something different. You having a soundboard off of somebody, that's fine. But still let you know that soundboard still does not affect this on what we got going on. So, you can take your soundboard advice if you want to, but understand that, some people do give bad advice. So you still need to decipher whatever you're hearing and say, for this situation, I think this is the best way to handle it. Now, if you can't do that, then I didn't pick the smart one that I think I picked. And so to me, that's where the violation comes in. So, you know, for that reason, I got to start all over. You weren't the one.
Guys, call in 844-672-7300. Go ahead and call in 844-672-7300. It's a free call, guys, so go ahead and call in. We're not charging for calls yet, so go ahead and call in.
Jay Roman,
yeah,
real quick, you made a valid point about a woman having a soundboard. Now, because is it realistic not to expect her not to have one? However, this is my thing though. In the case in the two stories, what is she? Because she's sharing intimate shit. What is she sharing that got these motherfuckers upset? Because this is my mindset. If you're sharing intimate things that are going on or said between us with them, now I can't trust you. Now I don't know. Now I got to be careful what I say around you because you might share this shit. So the relationship is already corrupted. That's why I got a problem with that shit. But y'all got it.
I know somebody in a similar situation, but they're a little more bossy and was like, I don't care what they got to say. This is what's going on in this household. So that don't mean nothing. You sharing it, them having their thing, and I will check your daddy. I'll check your grandfather. I will check everybody concerning this household. Yeah. And that's the way they chose to handle that. To say, hey, there's no running and telling, because sometimes they're sharing like they're telling and getting support.
Right there.
Support to have somebody else come and check you, and the person had to let them know, like, ain't nobody can check me.
Yeah.
This is how I am. So you got to figure out if you want to live with me like this or not. But you running to tell a parent or tell a sister or a brother and have them supposed to come check me, that ain't gonna happen. So.
Okay, cool. Jay Roman, Mr. Justin and Miles, y'all want to speak to it?
Yeah, go ahead, Justin.
Well, I was just thinking that whenever you have those little signs, it's really problematic because guys will see these little signs and just continue. And that I don't understand. You get one opportunity, and that's the first one, to put things in alignment. And if the correction is absorbed, great. And you're like, okay, great. Things are moving right along. If there's any kind of resistance, shout out to Lucario, resistance equals disinterest, then just drop it. But so many people, they try to force a square peg into a round hole. And, like, oh, she's, this is my girl. I've known her for so long or whatever, It's like, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter at all. And they try too hard to make something fit that doesn't fucking fit.
I agree. Hey guys, the calling line is open. 1-844-672-7300. 1-844-672-7300. Go ahead, Mouse.
No, I was just saying, you want to get to any questions?
Oh yeah, we do got a question. And I didn't proof it.
Just to Justin's point. I think some guys don't recognize how dire that situation is when it comes to later on down the road.
No, they don't think that far. They're just happy to have a woman in their life. They don't think how it can be a detriment to their life. They don't think that far. So he says, is it possible to gauge a woman's loyalty in a fuck buddy stage? I mean, why would you even care? Stage or vetting process before she's your girl, or is her loyalty more so dependent on the way a man manages a situation? Okay, let me answer that first. Okay, and that's the problem. You shouldn't concern yourself with a woman's loyalty at all. You just met this chick. Like, that shouldn't even be on your mind. Like, guys, I know this is hard to fathom. You can literally go out here and just have fun. Just have fun. Don't be worried about the loyalty. Or are you the most important guy in her life right now? And is she fucking somebody else? Just have fun. Along the way, her actions or consistency of her actions or lack thereof will show you whether or not you can take her more seriously. It's that simple. Y'all got it.
Mm-hmm. I'll say this. Anybody on the panel ever heard that saying that every time you meet someone new, you're actually meeting yourself?
Yeah, sure.
I heard that.
So and so the whole point with that like ideal has to do with, you know, the way you perceive how a person treats you has everything to do with you. So when I hear guys talk about, oh, if I'm gay, I mean, gauging someone else's loyalty and someone close to you, right? You must understand how much that has everything to do with you and the way that you carry yourself in relation to that person. So number one, you trying to gauge someone else's, loyalty. I'm already realizing that you don't realize how much it has to do with you and how you carry yourself, right? Number two, why are you trying to gauge anything on a fuck buddy? The only thing you need from the only thing you need from a fuck buddy is that they show up to fuck. Like,
Yeah.
So what are we trying to gauge? Like, what are we talking about?
They don't.
But somebody
that comes from a place of insecurity, though. That question comes from a place of insecurity.
Facts. Well, no, they don't. They lie to themselves. To me, this question is like you're lying to yourself. A lot of guys get in situations where they're fucking somebody and really they want to have a girlfriend.
Yeah,
that's what they really want. And instead of saying, you know what, that's what I want, so I'm gonna start vetting like that.
Right.
They're in these situations where they're fucking a girl, and then they're like, okay, maybe this is the one, and then they want to do this fake little vent thing, which really ain't venting. They're just waiting for her to show a sign that she really likes them, and then now they start this process, and next they have a girlfriend when really they wanted a girlfriend in the first place. Right. And I think that for guys to stop lying to themselves. If you're a lonely dude and you don't want a fuck buddy, but you want a girlfriend, you have to proceed in such a way. That doesn't mean that you on the first date, you're like, oh, I want a girlfriend. No, that doesn't mean that. But that means that when you start your vetting process, you know what you're vetting for, what you need from them, and you're going from there. But a lot of dudes, they want to do this little fake vetting, which means all they're doing is fucking right now.
Right.
And seeing how many times she can come over and fucking. If it all happens that if she fucks more than 2 days, I think she really likes me. It's just like, nah, stop lying to yourself. You run the girlfriend.
So your bitch as well.
That's on point. That's on point. And first of all, the what does it say? A fuck buddy is not a stage. It's a position. There is no higher or lower. It doesn't go anywhere except that position. It doesn't advance into something else, right? Or else they wouldn't have gotten into the position of fuck buddy in the first place, right? They get in there, it's locked, and then if it ever does any change, it's just dismissal. Jay, I think you're absolutely on point. I see the same sort of thing here, and the thing is though is that men aren't looking for girlfriends, right? That's for schoolboys and girls. Like men, it's the women who are looking for the relationship from us. Right. So as far as like loyalty is concerned, and to be concerned with loyalty is a fear-based mindset. Right?
That's what I'm saying.
It comes from a mentality of lack. It comes from a mentality of like looking over your shoulder. So like imagine a wide open field that goes on for a long distance. You got this soldier. He's a man. He knows what he's about. He knows what he's doing, whatever the fuck that is. And he's just trudging along, eyes locked forward. Someone's like, oh, I like what he's doing. I like what he's about. I'm learning from him. I'm going to just side up with him. Maybe a glance to the side to see who's there. All right, cool. Doesn't change a fucking thing. I'm still going. And if they benefit the situation, maybe they reach out. Oh, let me kick that stick out of the way. Let me move that boulder for him. Like it, and they just keep going. That's loyalty. But if they start fucking around, getting less mindful, throwing stuff in his way or something like that, then it's just dismissal. But it's not like I'm looking around for somebody to join me, and if they do, I'm constantly side-eyeing them. Like that distracts you from being focused on where you need to go and what you need to do. So if they're there and they're loyal, great. If they're not loyal, they get dismissed. It's really, really simple math. Like you don't have to think about it too much.
Exactly. That's real talk.
I want. Y'all want to address the question? There's another question that's popping up.
Yeah, I like that. If it's the Joey Creed.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm gonna let you go first there, Roman. But I definitely got something I want to say about that.
No, go ahead. It's just I was just reading that question and I felt like it was a pretty good one.
So he says, when it comes to loyalty, that's something you have to coach her how to be loyal. No, you cannot coach a woman to be loyal to you. Okay, guys. Okay, and this is what guys see. And I was hoping that I would get something like this because it goes to my overall point. The reason why a lot of you guys and women want loyalty because you want to feel special. You want to feel like the loyalty is tailor made just for you specifically. That's what you really want. You want to feel special to these bitches, bro.
And safe.
You know what I'm saying? And no, you cannot coach guys. Here's the thing. The main reasons why a woman really can't be loyal to a man is because y'all are inconsistent. A woman cannot be loyal to inconsistency. So a woman has to be loyal to something bigger than herself. Okay, if you're inconsistent, how are you bigger than her? How are you bigger than her? I want people to understand, how are you big? If you're inconsistent, because in order for a woman to even begin to be loyal to something bigger than herself, she has to not only respect you, she has to admire you. But yeah, I got it.
Yeah, that goes into something I was looking up. So there's this, so you guys are familiar with obedience, right? So obedience is the actions of, it's an action word, right? It's something you see, something you hear. Now, there's another word called obeisance, okay? Obeisance. And obeisance is the mindset behind the obedience, okay? Thus making it a clean thing, because someone can display obedience but not actually be loyal to the person, right? They're just putting on a show for whatever reason, to gain an advantage, to win favor. I don't know. You know, you see it in like Game of Thrones all the time. Like, you know, they're loyal but only on appearance, right? Just to get something out of the situation. But obeisance is the state of being obedient, okay? And then their actions line up with that. So you're going to see like true loyalty from someone who's in the state of obeisance and has deference towards you, right? So their thinking is you first, not me first, you first.
Hold on, real quick.
And if you're not seeing that, then you're not getting it. And no, you absolutely cannot train someone to be this way. Either they are or they're not.
Thank you. Deference, humble submission, and respect.
Facts.
A lot of you guys, y'all have never had this from a woman. A lot of you guys have never really had this. I promise you, you haven't, because you would know what it would look like. But y'all got it, man.
So, and you mentioned it earlier, Kay, at the beginning of the show, when like loyalty is based on the benefit that one gets from the situation. You understand? Because we're all selfish creatures. Let's be honest, right? We all, even if, see, that when we do things that help people, it's really just icing on the cake. Like, for example, what we do. We have these conversations and we have coaching calls and certain other things. But honestly, I do it because it brings me joy. It fulfills my passions and my interests to do, because I want to see the world a certain way, and I want for men to have a certain perspective of themselves. So I created masculine identity and all those things, right? But it's a passion of mine to do it, and I just happen to be able, and I'm blessed to be able to monetize it and also make a difference. But it is a selfish motivation. You understand? So the thing is that when when we talk about loyalty, is that people are going to be loyal to what brings benefit to them. Now, this is where the authenticity of your identity comes in. If a woman is with you and she sees that being loyal to you benefits her consistently, then she's going to stay.
Thank you.
If she's smart, she's going to stay. Right. But that's why your consistency is so important. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not demanding loyalty. I don't even want to say nothing to a chick necessarily. Like, hey, it would be smart for you to stay in my life and be by my side. No, I don't want to say that to any woman. I don't want to say that. I just want a woman to live, to experience what it is to be a part of my life and to see it for herself. Like, the proof is in the fucking pudding. You ain't got to ask me no questions, and you don't need me to encourage you or train you or ask you nothing, because the proof is right there. It's like, what you see is what you get. Fucking with me makes your life better, period. And if you don't see that or you don't understand that, then please, I beg you, leave. You get what I'm saying? So I think, and I think that's the part that most guys don't get. Like, they think that they're influencing or manipulating a woman to stay with them and to be loyal and all this. No, people are loyal to themselves. So if it makes sense for her to be loyal, she will be loyal. Period.
I was looking for that the whole show because I said that for people are loyal to who, Miles?
Themselves.
First.
As they should be.
Foremost. When you think about anybody, people are loyal to themselves and their beliefs first. To themselves and their beliefs. Real quick, I got a quick story. If y'all don't mind. Quick story. Many years ago, my ex-wife and I, we were looking for a church home, so we were going to these different churches.
Foursquare.
We hit this. Yeah, there we go. We hit this one church, mostly black church. So the pastor and his wife both spoke. So when the wife gets up there, she's telling a story about how she was somewhere in the Caribbean, the Bahamas, Barbados, Jamaica, somewhere. She was somewhere. And she said she went on an excursion. Now she's telling the story. Her husband is right here. She was married to him at the time that she's telling this story, mind you, right? So she's telling the story how she went on an excursion and that her husband was not there on the excursion. She was by herself. And she said, the tour guide, the guy, I don't know if he was a yardie man. I don't know who the fuck it was. You know what I'm saying? So she said, and she was fanning herself on stage saying, oh my God, the Temptation Ladies was there. She said, but what made me not want to go through with it, she didn't say nothing about her husband. She said, her Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. She said she thought about breaking in her covenant with him when it came to the marriage, right? She never mentioned her husband. And I thought that was very, very, very fucking profound. And I was wondering, is anybody else catching what the fuck she's saying? I'm not loyal to this nigga.
I'm not loyal to him.
Loyal to my beliefs.
Right.
My beliefs and my covenant with God. I'm loyal to him. What did I say earlier? A woman is loyal to something bigger than a person. Nigga, you bigger. Come on, guys. Y'all got it though, man.
Facts. Nah, real. That's a big deal right there. But J. Roman, you got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just come at it from a different angle here, fellas.
All right.
Like I always do.
Yeah.
I understand this guy's question when it comes to where he is asking, can you teach loyalty? Because, a lot of gentlemen understand that they have the role of leadership. Only thing is leadership hasn't really been taught very well these days lately. And so you might question, is part of my leadership coaching her on how to be loyal? And I think, to me, that's where I read where this question is coming from. Is it something that I have to coach as a leader? And I want to remind people that leadership is hard. It's not easy. You got to be very profound and understand exactly what you do, when to interject, when to help teach, when to do all this other stuff. But the first part of leadership is being a leader to yourself and being true to yourself. And to me, one of those things of loyalty is something that you cannot be taught. Like, you can't teach her to be loyal one day.
It comes from your heart. Like, loyalty comes from, and that's another thing. My bad, Jay Roman. Go ahead, finish what you're saying, brother.
And it just can't be demanded. It has to be something in her that says that I will be loyal to this situation. This situation here because of these reasons. And I think that's the thing of, even though we say, hey, you need to be a leader, you have to understand what you can teach and what you need to observe and what you can influence. To me, you can influence her desire to want to be loyal, but at the same time, your desire to be loyal to yourself should be utmost. And when I say that, I'm saying that in saying you knowing what you would accept and not accept should be leading that charge in the first place. So if she becomes unloyal, that is it. Right. That is done, because there's no teaching how to be back loyal. You know what? I didn't like it. Like, I'll give you a story real quick. I'll give you a story. My daughter's daycare. I know her son, and she's older, and she was at a party. We were all at a party, and my buddy, who his mom watches, is the daycare. She needed a ride home. Now, she's married. Her husband wasn't there. And so my buddy who had to clean up and stay there said, "Hey man, could you give her a ride?" So there's some association of how we all know each other. I said, "Yeah, no problem, no problem." Now when she hops in the truck and she realizes it's just us, she's like, "No, I'm gonna get a ride from her over here." Right? And I instantly understood, like, "Oh, okay. No problem. No problem." And it wasn't the fact that anything was going to happen. She's definitely older than me. She's definitely some, there was no thoughts of anything going on there, but it hit me that she didn't even want the image of driving back up to the house, getting dropped off
in another man's truck.
Facts.
Right?
That's
a real one right there. That's a real bitch. She's loyal. That's loyalty.
That's loyalty. It wasn't even the fact that anything would happen.
Right.
It's a ride, like going from one party to the, dropping off at the house. Like there wasn't going to be no discrepancy in time and all that. It's just that the fact that, hey, this is not going to look good. So let me go ahead and go over here and try to get a different ride from her. Even though the car is smaller, I might have to sit in the back. I'm going to do that just for the betterment of our household. And I like to use that. Do they make decisions for the betterment of their household, of this relationship they have with you? Are they loyal to that? It may not be you, just for the betterment of it. And, it was, I instantly was like, oh, shit.
I'll give you another example of loyalty.
Right.
So let me ask this question, J. Roman. All right, so I knew this girl one time, right? I met her, and she told me straight up when I met her. She said, "Look, I have a man in jail." And this is a different chick. Some of y'all heard me tell a story about dealing with a chick who had a man in jail. This is a whole different situation. But anyway, so this situation, she said, I have a man in jail. She said, we can do all the freaky shit you want to do, but when he come home, whatever we got going is over. That's loyalty. Like, she might not be faithful sexually,
right?
But that's loyalty.
Facts.
But I got it.
Mm-hmm. Guys, go ahead and call in 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300. It's a free call. Go ahead and call in.
And then let me say this, because Jay Roman, you said something about you can influence a woman. And here's the thing about influence a woman, because a lot of guys, they think, oh, if I fuck her real good, bruh, stop. Dick can make women do a lot of things, but stop thinking your dick is going to make her swear off every other dick. You know what I'm saying? Stop. Okay, that's one. So they think money. They think love. If she loves me, then she'll be fake. Oh, no, bro, don't work that way.
Right. All right, we got 614. You are on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set show. We got a full panel today. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Yeah, Joey, 26, Atlanta.
All right, what's your question?
I just made the comment. I was just going to give a little more context on it, on what I was asking.
Okay.
So basically, when he broke down it, that gave me more clarity. So it's like, because she might have an idea of what she thinks is loyal in her head. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And but might not align with your perception of that is. So that's kind of what I was getting at when I was saying that.
Well, that's where we get into your masculine. Sorry, Kate. That's when we get into your masculine identity. That's where we get into, when we say
vet your bitches well.
Like a huge part of the vetting process. And shout out to Lucario. And guys, go to shoplucario.com to get the program How to Master the Vetting Process for Long-Term and Short-Term Relationships. It's about establishing consistencies, right? Standards and rules, or not necessarily rules, but standards and different ways to do things, right? So for example, like the lady in Jay Roman's story, right? Now understand, her husband may have never said to her, hey, make sure you don't ever be coming home late driving up here in another man's truck. He may have never said those exact words to her, right? But because of the way that he treats her, because of the years and years of consistent, like, chauffeuring her around, meaning that she never drives when he's around. He always pumps the gas. He holds the doors. He treats her a certain way, and she covets the way that he treats her and gives her that queen treatment, right? Consistently. She knows that she would never want another man to drive her home. Do you understand what I'm saying? Based on the way that his masculine identity influenced her over the years. So again,
hey caller, put your phone on mute so other people can hear until you're getting a better background.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, you sound, because you was making me speak even louder just now. Caller, you got a lot of background noise, so put your shit on mute. But yeah, anybody else got something to say?
Yeah. So no, and we guys have to understand. When we talk about deference, humble submission and respect, when you talk about loyalty, one of the cornerstones of loyalty is respect. Not only respect for yourself, your standards, and all of that, but just respect for the individuals that you're dealing with in that particular scenario. It's respect. See, guys, let me just say this, and I'll pass it to y'all. This is why you must make sure that the women you are inviting in your life respect you. You have to make sure that they respect you. And the best way to make sure that they respect you is to make sure that they're dealing with you strictly on your terms. Because if there's any trepidation, hesitation, or reluctance to doing things the way you want to do it, she has not humbly submitted to you. I assure you she hasn't. Y'all got it.
I just want to call her. I understand that you said like her loyalty may be different than your loyalty, so you have to teach her. But like, how many times are you going to do that, right? So let's say in her mind, her loyalty is as long as she doesn't let somebody else hit, right? But you go to a club and she's sitting on somebody else's lap. So then do you have to be like, hey man, did he hit? No, I would never let nobody hit. Okay, then why are you sitting in his lap? Oh, that doesn't mean anything. Or you go and she's hugged up with somebody, or she's talking late night. You come in late and she's talking on the phone late night with some dude or something. And you're like, yo, what's going on? Oh, I don't even like him. He ain't going to hit. Right. So how many times do you have to say, well, that's not my definition of loyalty. That's not my definition of loyalty. At some point, you're going to want to be like, yo, we can't rock, because you're not understanding where I'm coming from and my vision of loyalty.
Right.
So if it doesn't fit this vision, then that's it.
I think guys, they're looking for loyalty from other people, and they're not even loyal to themselves.
Facts.
Facts. You know what most guys are loyal to? They're loyal to pussy.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not even loyal to pussy. They're loyal to the drug that gets released inside them, be it emotional or chemical, that makes them feel better about themselves. That's what they're really loyal to. They're loyal to an addiction. Yeah. That's what they have loyalties to. They do not have loyalty to themselves, because when you do have loyalty to yourself, you are willing to drop the fucking axe on anyone for anything at any time. And by dropping the axe, I mean cutting off that relationship. And guys are so loyal to pussy that they will put up with all kinds of crazy shit just to have access. And it's pathetic.
Well, man didn't lie.
Caller, anything else?
No, that's what Jay Robin kind of was getting to what I was saying. So that's all I'm saying. Like, if you know exactly what your idea of that is to her, you can communicate that to her. You know what I'm saying? So she'll understand.
So
that's what I was saying.
So let me ask you a question. When you say communicate it to her, what exactly do you mean?
Like if I know exactly what I would and would not accept going forward, I can relay that to her. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I don't want you to be having no male friend. You know what I'm saying? Things like that.
See, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So you're talking about relaying it to her verbally, correct?
Right. I was saying that like
So that's a point. Okay, a part of the point that I was trying to make is to show you that it's not just about like it's one thing to tell somebody something, but it's another thing to lead by example.
Yeah.
So for example, like the whole late night talking on the phone. Let's just say you live with your woman and you get home and she's talking on the phone, laughing, giggling, and it's 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. You understand? You wait. If you have to wait till she get off the phone and then say to her, "Hey, listen, I would really appreciate it if you don't be on the phone late at night." If you have to, listen. No, let me finish. If it's at the point where you have to verbally say that to your woman, something was wrong with your leadership from the very beginning, homie. You get what I'm saying? So that's why when you say to relate to her verbally what your idea of loyalty is, I'm trying to like impress upon you the idea of your actions and your leadership is what really relates it to her. You understand? Or I mean, relays it to her. It's really about how you do what you do and how you do what you do in reference to how you conduct and manage the relationship. You have to be the one.
And sometimes you can just look at your chick and she know to clean that shit the fuck up right now.
Well, either way, I still look at it like she's testing boundaries.
Yeah, of course.
You know, clean that shit up.
But the thing is, though, is that if the first time you meet a woman and you see that, you see that she has male friends, there's no reason to take it any further. Exactly. But because guys are addicted to pussy. They're loyal to pussy. They see that they know that it's a problem, or maybe in the back of their head or whatever, but they continue forward because they're not loyal to their own principles. Right. They're loyal to pussy. And then they get further into something and then they go like, okay, now something's established. Now I like the girl, right? I'm getting like feelings attached and all that shit. We're spending more time together. And now I'm going to start picking apart things that I don't like. Dude, you're way too fucking late. That should have been done on day one. You look at how she's living, and if that's not conducive to your program, then you leave it the fuck alone.
Yep.
You know what it is? You know what it is, Justin? And I never liked that either. I never like when guys, this is what guys will do, to your point. They'll be seeing a girl, and they won't say shit. They'll internalize all this shit that they don't like. And then when their feelings get more involved, and especially when they actually make the girl a girlfriend, now they feel that the title of boyfriend gives them the authority to start picking out all the shit they never liked. I don't like the way you dress. I don't like you doing girl trips. In fact, them two friends right there I don't like them hoes. Don't hang around them no more. They wait until the woman and them, they're good and entrenched and invested in each other. And then they start nitpicking all the shit they don't like. She never should have became a girlfriend.
Hey, and you know what the big issue is too with this? To take it a step further, it's not just girlfriend, boyfriends. This is what they do when they fucking get married. This is what they do when they get married. They put a ring on it. They go through the whole fucking wedding and the ceremony and everything. They sign the papers. And then, especially the delusional dudes, they try to, well, I'm your husband now. Now you have to listen to me. I don't like when you do this. And you shouldn't do. And that's when bitches is like, okay, yeah, in 3 months or in a couple of years, this marriage is over and I'm taking half of everything because you're an idiot.
Yep. No doubt.
Yes.
Yeah. I mention this often that Picasso has this great quote, and he says, "The future of every painting is determined by the first stroke."
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you should be seeing what you need to see from day one.
Facts.
And if you make the bad choice, that is on you.
Yep. Caller, anything else?
No, I pretty much get the general point of it. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate you for calling in. All right, take it easy. Have a good weekend. All right, so guys, go ahead and call in. Phone lines are open, 844-672-7300. Go ahead and call in. It's a free call, guys. Go ahead and call in. We got everybody on the panel today. We got Mr. Justin, Jay Roman, your host K-Zag, and your boy Miles. So make sure y'all call in, man. We all here. And we're not doing any overtime. So please just call in now and let's get it going.
Call in. Question. And we do got some questions. But let me tell the story real quick about women having guy friends. Guys, you never ask a woman, does she have guy friends? Like, would you do that? Like, you shouldn't be asking these women shit. You should just be making statements and making instructions. I don't ask women nothing about nothing because my thing is this. I don't need to know an answer to a question. I just need to know if you're going to take action when I say. That's all I need to know. I don't need to. So, How many guys on you?
I just crack up because I realize how whack I was back in the day. Sometimes, like, but I wasn't too whack because there's a lot of things that naturally, before I started piecing it all together, came to be this great guy in front of you. But I never forgive. This is when, because we grew up in the midst of Facebook and MySpace and all this stuff coming together, right? So it wasn't like it was already here.
Right.
Like we were already here and it was starting to develop. And so, me and this young lady, we was getting together and she is like, do male friends bother you? I got, these male friends and, they're on my Facebook page and whatever. So I said, all right, let's go through it then. Let's go through it. Like, who's really a friend? And so, we went through and, has that other person get at you? They did this, then he's not a friend. He's just waiting. He's a patient wolf right now, just trying to, which one are you using? Like, so we went through it. And then she turned to my page and was like, well, if we did my page, let's do your page. And I was like, we're going to have to shut the whole page down because there's nothing on there that ain't, there's no friends on that page whatsoever, and we went through that. Now, that feeling later on was like, yeah, that was kind of whack. It's a lot of like self-discipline, self-reflection that you do. Yeah. And later on was like, yeah, that's kind of whack. And then later on in that relationship, we was at this little party, little couples thing. And she's like, oh yeah, he told me we went through our friend list and stuff. And even her mentioning it was pretty whack to me, just to hear the recounting of the things I said, and I was like, well, I ain't never doing that again. Like, I don't give a fuck who you got on their page. You know what I'm saying? If you start acting up around here, then that's what really matters. Not who's all on the page and stuff like that. So I say that to say, like, gentlemen, like, I know in the midst of doing stuff, you feel a certain way. You have that thought in your head. Well, you should, because you should self-reflect, but you have that thought in your head like, I ain't feeling cool with this. Then you got to correct yourself and understand that that's your man trying to come out and say, yo, this is not how men move.
Yeah.
We don't care about this. We care how we get treated. We care if they on my program, if they rock it with me like they should. Right. And you gotta correct yourself and move like that. But
bro, that's right. That brings me back to the last time that I ever looked through a woman's phone. Like I got this fucking hot feeling in the back of my neck, and I felt so small. You understand? Like I felt so small. Like I felt like a piece of shit, like an absolute piece of shit. And I promised myself, I said, I will never, ever do that shit again, ever. Mm-hmm. And if I'm in a type of relationship where I feel like I need to or I should, then that relationship is over. It's I'm dropping the axe. Shout out to Justin.
I did a stakeout.
You did a what?
I did a stakeout. Peep this out. Like when I tell you guys, when I tell these guys, these folks, that it's through experience. It's through experience and putting my own thoughts together, and realizing what my uncles and other people were saying when I was growing up, that it came to. Now I didn't knock my head twice on the same thing. I'll tell you that. Right. But my thing is, it's like, it takes effort and work to become the person you want to be. And that's why I tell people all the time, you can't be lazy. Being a man, being leadership, having responsibilities is not a lazy thing. Yep. You have to actively do it.
Yeah. And see yourself as you are, not the way you think you are.
Right.
Because that's what brings you to truth. And then you look at certain your behaviors and go, man, that was some shit. That was some straight bullshit that's never happening again.
Yep. It's my brother's comment that rings out in my head just real quick. My brother called me and said, hey, what are you doing? And I said, man, I'm sitting here staking out this car. He said, I'm going to come down. I got a date. I'm going to come down and kick it with you for an hour. Right? That's it. Just 1 hour. So he came and kicked it with me. And we sat and talked. And he said, man, you really want to know? And I was just like, man, I just want to know. I don't know what's going on. Something's going on. Something is funny. Something's going on. Before he left, he said, hey, bro, if you got to do this, your shit's fucked up already. right? And he hopped out the car, and I never forget that. And he's never ever said that to me again.
Right.
Like, I got, it's not by lucked out. I used to say, I lucked out and got some cool friends around me and some people that's solid dudes.
Yeah.
That they ain't about the BS. But, he looked at me and said that comment, and he's never brought it up again. Never brought it up. Like, now we might joke about it later on, just in when we're all sitting there smoking a cigar and we're laughing about the past and stuff. But that statement rang in my head over and over and over again.
Questions, fellas. Real quick, so, Miles, are we good on calls right now?
We're good on calls right now, yeah.
Okay, we got some questions. I just want to say this before I get to the question. I never went through a woman's phone, but I remember the first time that a woman offered her phone to me to go through it. Yeah. I felt sick that she even offered it to me. I'm looking like, get it away from me, because I'm like, cause I couldn't see myself. Like, sure, let me look. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't see myself doing it. So I felt dirty.
I was all through it. I was all through it, detective.
All right, so let me go right here. So this guy can ask the question. Yeah. Why shouldn't a man fall in love? My simple answer is because you're a goddamn man. That's it. I don't know if y'all want to answer it. That's my only answer I can give them.
Yeah. So when I fall in love, again, words, right? Language exposes, right? So to fall means that you are moving without control, right? You are descending without control. And it's interesting why they call it fall in love and not ascend in love. It's interesting that they call it that. But anyway, so, so to fall in love means you're not in control, right? To show love or to give love or to say, hey, I love someone, to me, those statements are different from saying falling in love, because that shows that you have some type of control, meaning that I'm controlling the amount of love that I give to someone. I'm conscious in the love that I have for this person. To fall in love means you are out of control. You understand? And so a man is always on the clock. I don't care what nobody says. A man is always on the clock when it comes to provision, protection, and leadership. We are always on the fucking clock. That's why you have to get with a female that's worth it. Okay, because if I'm always on the clock, then the bitch got to be worth it. The female got to be worth it. The woman, the lady, whatever, she has to be worth my time, my energy, and my masculine presence. So falling in love is not an option for an actual man. Maybe for males and maybe for guys who don't know who they are and the average dude out there. But falling in love is not an option. But the reason why falling in love is an option for a woman is because we're always there to catch her. Therefore, she's able to fall and we can always catch her.
Yep. A man is a woman's safety net. Believe that.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think to have this question in the first place just shows that you're not a man, right. because when you're there, right, there is no question of should I, shouldn't I. Is there this thing inside that I must resist? Okay, it doesn't exist. It does not exist. There's no pathway of a potential for falling in love. It doesn't exist. Right. The way I've experienced this is, I'm not a religious person, but the way I've heard it in like a Christian context is like the way God loves his children.
Right. Exactly.
That is the way a man loves. It's not this possessive, singularity, romantic, emotion-flooded sort of thing. Mm-hmm. It's not that at all. It's this wide blanket that covers so many different layers of her existence, and it's not in that way. And when you do love this way, it allows you to maintain your composure, your guidance, your leadership, your vision, everything. Okay, it does not laser in on a single person in that way, the way we are conditioned with culture, media, and so on. It's not like that at all. So men, there is no pathway of should I, shouldn't I must resist this feeling because I'm afraid I'm not going to come off as a man. No. If that's there, you're not it yet. You're not him yet.
I firmly believe, and that was well said, Mr. Jensen. Just I want to make sure I point that out. I don't want to gloss over that. I truly believe that males have allowed women's interpretation of love become their interpretation of love.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really believe that.
Real talk.
I believe these weak ass guys out here they have been influenced by, because if you even falling in love, even the fact that a guy would say fall in love, what man talks about, bro, that's some romanticized view of what love is. Like it's just head in the clouds, fairy tale, angelic shit. Like the heavens opens up and oh, come on, bro. In real life, that's not what love is.
Exactly.
People forget that before, because y'all got to remember, women, they were forced into marriages with men they didn't. Not only were they not physically attracted to, sexually attracted to, or felt any type of emotional connection for. So what did women yearn for? I want to be with a man that I actually feel something for, and he feels something for me. Then guys said, you know what? Twinkle bells. You're right. I want the same. Fuck the duty of a woman. Fuck making sure a woman respects you. I just want to feel love like you want to feel love. That's where we're at.
It's the equality narrative. I think a lot of guys in a lot of ways have subscribed to the equality narrative. So when it comes to things like this, they're like, well, a woman can fall in love, so why not a man? And all of these different things. And if a man can buy flowers for a woman, then a woman can buy flowers for a man. And what do you bring to the table and all this other shit? And so it gets really weird when. But and here's the thing, you got to remember, in media, these kids, they grow up on screens, so there's a lot of narratives that they get bombarded with. And so by the time a young man is 16, 17, and he's really trying to get out there to smash something, he already has a lot of these narratives in his brain. You understand? He's seen Captain Marvel and all of this MCU shit. He's seen all of these. He's seen Kamala Harris, run for president and equality and this, that, and the third. And he's seen all of this rainbow shit, this fur baby shit, let's accept all lifestyles and everything is cool and anyone can be anything. And so, yeah, these guys think that the things that a woman goes through is the same thing that a man goes through, because they literally think men and women are equal, and it's the furthest thing from the truth.
I want him to call in. He says a woman falls in love, a man falls for loyalty.
I don't. The older I get, I don't look at love as a feeling anymore.
Nigga,
I look at it as an action. It's who I choose to display love to. Is my choice, and that's a choice that I make. And I think that it's used too freely, because it's so funny how you can fall in and out of love so quick. Like it's one minute, oh, you love the person, next minute she starts taking half, and you can't stand that bitch. You can't stand her at all. Like she's just So my thing is like, you get to choose who you display this action of love to. And I think that when you look at it like that, it becomes a little more discerning, and it's not so in and out for everybody.
Right.
Because you mean to tell me that everybody you met and got in a relationship, you done said I love you to? Like there's people that said I love you to everybody they've been in a relationship with. Did they mean it or didn't mean it? Did they,
Roman, you said right there, the fact that people have been in multiple relationships, how are you loyal to a person then? I just want to point that shit out. But real quick, number one, no. I'll just speak for myself. I fall for respect. I reward loyalty. I don't fall for loyalty. I reward it, because I'm not looking for a woman to be loyal to me. I'm not looking for that. Okay, I'm looking for a woman to fucking respect me. That's what I'm looking for. Now, over time, if I happen to see that she's showing immense loyalty, then I reward that shit. That's how that works. I got it.
Well, some people they realize they ain't got the respect, and they hope they got loyalty. At least she doesn't respect me. I hope she's loyal to me at least, and not going out and giving this away to anybody. Some people they settle for loyalty if that's the last straw, because you'll be in a fucked up relationship until the person goes and cheats with somebody, and then that's the last straw.
That's what I'm saying. So, and I
And
think,
not even then.
yeah.
and I think that's the problem, though. People, my thing is, if you happen to come into contact with a person and y'all have a great relationship or whatever, and that person is loyal to you, great, wonderful. But I don't think men or women should be seeking it because it heaps unrealistic expectations on people. It just does. It's kind of like, and I talked about this where there was a couple of different Facebook posts where there was some messages shared between the man and the woman, where the guy took the woman out on a date. She got home, took her home, or she got home, he went home, and they're still messaging back and forth. And he's asking her, so what are you going to do next? Oh, I'm about to go out on another date. And then the guy gets mad.
Right.
And see, you're mad because you're expecting her to be loyal. She just fucking met you.
Right.
Well, why would you expect it? Number one, why are you even messaging her back and forth after the date is over? Go live your life, bro.
Exactly. Date is over.
I got it, man.
Shout out to Boxing Plug Day with $2 super chat. He says salute to the panel. Thank you for the game. And I'll say this too. You know,
No, bro, no. My bad, real quick. My bad, because he's responding to me. No. See, but you're talking about loyalty. You didn't say anything about respect, brother. You just said loyalty. No. Someone can respect you and not be loyal to you.
Sir Layman, call in. It's a free call. You have no excuse. But I'll say this: I don't understand how a man would fall for loyalty when he's the one. He's the one conducting the vetting. Like I'm establishing the loyalty. So how could I fall for something that I've established?
Well, even the word falling is weird. Just in any context, just think any possible context that you can think of.
Yeah.
Take it outside of people. Okay, you fall down the stairs. What does that mean? You made a misstep. You made a mistake. There's no positive situation that I can think of where falling was a good thing that happened.
Facts.
It means that something was broken or something was out of control or something wasn't quite right. Okay, I fell while roller skating. Yeah, because you don't know how to fucking do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I fell on my motorcycle. Yeah, because I didn't take the lessons.
Right.
Think my glass fell off the table. Yeah, because you bumped it with your fucking arm.
Right.
Like, I don't see any context, so you don't fall into loyalty, fall into respect. Like I know Steve says that, but he says it because it kind of has that.
Yeah, it does. I don't think it means
No. He doesn't mean it that way. He's just saying it because it's like fall, the fall, whatever. But anyways, any kind of falling just shows there's not alignment. It's not grounded. It's not planned. Something happened out of your control.
Right.
Like, don't fall. You fell for a joke or fell for a swindler. You know what I mean? Like, there's no positive for fall.
And shout out to Danny P. I assume nothing, therefore I expect nothing. And that's the thing. And both men and women, when we go out onto the dating scene, stop expecting shit. Like, just go out there. If the woman isn't moving how you need her to move, dismiss her and just move on to the next chick. Like, stop it. To me, I think people are taking the fun out of dating. Now it's a chore. Now you're looking, because the homie earlier, he said loyalty. But why are you looking for shit? Like, you shouldn't be. And here's the thing. Why are you looking for a girlfriend? Like, why are you looking for a girlfriend? Like, you're looking, real quick, this is, I want people to think about this. You're looking for girlfriend qualities in a random stranger. I don't think people understand that. You're looking for girlfriend qualities in a random stranger. Bro, what has she done for you to even have the thought of loyalty or anything else? But y'all got it, man.
Yeah, like seeking and looking is weird too. Like just the concept of seeking and looking is really strange. The only thing that I'm seeking for or desiring is the things that I find in myself. That's all I'm seeking and desiring. If someone chooses to give that to me, right, of their own accord, fine. You know what I'm saying? And then from that point, I will see how well and how easily they adapt to my program. That's it. It's not like, who can I find to bring in? You know what I mean? It's like you're reaching out. That's an expenditure of energy, your attention, your time. You're fracturing your mind away from yourself. It's none of it is good. That hungry spirit. It's not good.
Also, Mr. Justin, if you think about it, right? I remember one of my exes, Okay, when I broke up with her, she was still in her late 20s, right? I think she was like 27-ish, something like that. So when I broke up with her, she said, right after I broke up with her, maybe about, I don't know, a few months, she made a comment about wanting to be married before she was 30. Like, she just made some offhanded comment. And I told her, I said, that's a dangerous statement to make. And she said, why? I said, because the first guy you meet that gives you any kind of little clues that he might have some characteristics, you're going to push all your chips to the middle of the table with that motherfucker. Because in your mind, you already have a deadline before you're 30. So if you meet him at 28, now you're trying to rush it. I might have me. So now you have just expectations of this situation. And people don't understand, what is that? Your thoughts become your actions. So when you say, I'm looking for a wife or I'm looking for a husband, now you meet people and you have these expectations of these people that's really unfair, right? Not necessarily just for them, but for you. Because you can have a great person in your midst, but because you're heaping these unfair expectations or unrealistic expectations upon them, you're fucking up your own shit.
Facts.
I think it's the timeline that bothers me the most, though. It's the timeline that bothers me the most, because now you're not dating the person, you're dating your timeline.
Yeah.
So when somebody say, I want to be married by this time or that time, to me, that bothers me the most, more than I want to, settle down and be a husband or be a wife. But when they put a timeline on it, now you're not dating a person with the qualities you want. You're dating somebody you're just cool with to meet the timeline.
Facts. And you fuck up. You make mistakes. You choose the wrong person. Every time you'll choose the wrong person, bro. Every fucking time. Because it's really coming from a place of loneliness, desperation, insecurity, validation, everything. All of that shit is coming from all of that. The need to be with somebody, and the need to, bro, I think the need to feel special is dangerous. The need to feel special. I think that shit is dangerous.
That's the reason. That's
okay, we got some questions.
That's the reason why no, I was just saying, and with all this, 50% of marriages and all this stuff, I think that's the real reason why, marriages fail or have issues, man.
There you go. Facts. All right, so let's hop to this shit. So he says, I know this question may sound crazy, bro. See, guys, you can't do that to yourself. Don't do that. Okay. How can someone rebuild his trust in himself? For example, he promises to do things, he does not, and then he unconsciously loses respect for himself. Well, did you ever have respect for yourself? Did you ever have it? That's the better question. Did you ever have it? And if you had it, something must have happened where you lost belief in yourself. So what outside entity caused you to lose belief within your own self? Y'all got it.
My question is, where's your gratitude? That's my question. Like, if you're losing respect for yourself, for what? For what? Because you fell short of of certain things. Like, where's your gratitude? Like, again, having all these negative perspectives of your all these negative self perspectives or self perceptions, I think it just stems from a lack of gratitude, because you have, if you're not choosing to be grateful, then you have no foundation to build upon. So it's always going to be easy for you to choose to think of yourself negatively.
Yeah, I think this person's outlook on themselves was damaging. Mm-hmm. Even at my lowest point, I could be grateful I'm alive and have the ability to change and grow and build.
Yeah.
And I think the first thing is, you got to be honest with yourself. Don't make promises to yourself that you're not that person. Like, if you ain't got up to work out in the last 20 years and you say, tomorrow I'm gonna go get up and work out, but yet you didn't set up anything, you didn't set up a schedule, you didn't even prep a meal prep or anything. You can't make a promise to yourself you're gonna do something that deep down inside you're not gonna do. You didn't set yourself up for success. And my thing is, and even if I didn't get up to go work out, I'd be like, man, I know I should have got up and worked out, but I ain't gonna feel disrespect for myself, because I know I still got the ability to change and do things next. You just can't lie to yourself and not set yourself up. You got to be a man of action. And I think, don't make promises to yourself that you already know you're not going to keep.
Yep. Yeah, what helps with that is not doing it the day of, but actually the day before. So in the exercise context, pack your bag and put it by the front door the night before you're planning on going to the gym, because you're going to see that, and it's going to be that little poke to yourself to say, hey, remember what you did? So it's a little bit harder to sweep it under the rug. Like all of your plans should actually be done the day before for the next day. And then in the morning, after your morning routine, you're having your breakfast or whatever, you review that list. Okay, you don't make the list while you're eating breakfast. You review the list that you made the night before. And as for this question here, the guy I think doesn't want to respect himself. I don't think he even wants to, and that is worth a deep dive. So really, what you got to do here is a deep dive. Okay, like sure, on the surface, I would say, you know what, just do just whatever thing you say you're going to do, work really hard to doing it. Whatever it is, just complete it. Get comfortable with the discomfort of doing something when part of you is like, oh, I don't want to. Okay, just fucking do it. But then on the back end, there's the slower, deeper process where you got to start doing some deep diving, either with a mentor or some writing or a therapist, and really dig into the layers behind why you want to lose respect for yourself. I think maybe it's like you feel you don't deserve it. Maybe this is something you learned in your childhood. Maybe your parents talked to you like you were a piece of shit. Maybe they locked you in the stairs or in the closet under the stairs like Harry Potter. I don't know, but all that stuff it's significant and it matters. And I don't even think you want it, right? I think you want to not have respect. So that's my advice.
All right, caller. Okay. You have it's not a caller. We answering a question.
That's a question.
Well, speaking of which, guys, go ahead and call in 844-672-7300 672-7300 Go ahead and call in, guys. We got about 15 minutes left. Go ahead and call in.
So if you want to answer that real briefly, Mr. Jensen, he says, heard you talk about the personal constitution. How does one understand oneself deeply first before crafting the Constitution?
Well, those are two separate things, because understanding yourself is just an ongoing process. Okay. The Constitution is something that you design. And then, within my school, there is a distinct process into designing your Constitution. And it's just the very basic distilled building blocks or not building blocks, but the very distinct distilled identity for yourself. You kind of in the same way long ago, families used to have a coat of arms, like in Europe and England and so on. And there'd be different symbols, and each symbol meant something very important. And they would put this on flags. So when they had like a little group traveling and they had that, long ass flag, from a distance, they go, oh, there's Miles' family's coming. Right. And so they know what they stand for, what they're about, and all that shit. Like all the symbols mean something. Yeah. And so it's the things really aren't linked. Your Constitution and understanding yourself, because they're two different lanes. And one doesn't, when you form your Constitution, it kind of puts some clarity to your identity, but it's not something that is going to just like wrap everything up nicely in a bow and go, oh yes, I know who I am, because your self-awareness is just an ongoing process.
Right.
Yeah. Now let me say this. Mr. Justin, don't you provide like a free initial consultation over the phone or something like that?
Oh yeah, I do. And and usually what's her name puts those links up, but
I don't think she's here today.
Yeah, she was in there. But and my point in saying that is, since he's familiar with the Constitution thing, that means he must have listened to you talk about that, which means it stands to reason that he may have heard you talk about the free call, which stands to reason that maybe he should actually call you on the phone and speak about that.
Get some real coaching.
Get a more detailed response than asking you a question on his live stream. I'm just saying. Okay. And that's the thing about being a man. Even when we give you advice on how to deal with women, we're trying to teach you how to be more efficient and proficient at doing this.
Yep.
Make it make sense. Get the most out of it. Duke of Lux with the Norwegian Chrome 100. A coffee or two, yes, and I'm a coffee drinking motherfucker. I will be doing that. So we got some more questions here. So he says, do you agree? I don't know why y'all even care about this shit. Do you agree most people clowning the cheating CEO are cheating and having affairs as well? Of course. Let me just say this about that. And I don't know if y'all saw that. Okay, so there's a viral clip going around. There's a CEO of whatever company. They were, I don't know if they was in Vegas somewhere, and they were at some type of event, and a cameraman caught him on camera with some chick holding her around the front like that, and it wasn't his wife. And both of them are married to other people. Both of them are married to other people. And this is what I'll say about that. I'm not condoning infidelity or cheating and all of that. In fact, I tell you guys, don't lie to women, don't do that shit. But I will say this about being married or in a relationship. There are unwritten rules to cheating. Okay, and number one is you don't make no goddamn public appearances with the motherfucker you're fucking. If you're gonna be cheating, you should just be fucking. Like, what are we doing? Like going out on dates and shit, going to shows together, and both of y'all got significant others at home. How dumb are you? You deserve to get caught. I hope his wife take him for everything. I hope all they shit get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Not because they cheated, but because they were dumb enough to be somewhere in public and caught on camera. But y'all got it.
I ain't got no comment. I don't know people. I don't know what their relationships are like at the house.
I never understood.
You know, it baffles me how many times people chime in on other people's situations when it comes to this and not knowing the people. But I'm with you, Zach. If you out in public where cameras are around, then you pretty much an idiot for that.
And especially, it's not like he worked at Walmart and he pushes carts and shit and put them together and make bigger lines of carts. That's not his job. You're a CEO of a company, bruh. People, like, come on, man. It's like celebrities and shit. It's like, how dumb I never understood that either. A lot of these celebrities, instead of just cheating, they get into full-fledged relationships with motherfuckers they cheat with. It's like, I never understood that shit either. Like, people just got it all backward and shit. Like, goddamn. All right, so let's come to the next question. Hold on real quick. So he says, how can you be loyal but not loyal sexually? You see what I'm saying? I'm confused, by the way. Y'all doing an awesome job. You see what I'm saying? Let's peep his question. How can you be loyal but not loyal sexually? This is why we're doing this motherfucker.
So is he saying being loyal to, say, like, so let's say he has a girlfriend and he's loyal to her, but he's saying that he's not loyal to her sexually. So he keeps his girl, he's loyal to her, but then goes out. No.
What he's saying is, if someone isn't loyal to you sexually, then how are they loyal to you at all? That's what he's trying to say. Which,
yeah, that's putting pussy on a pedestal again. Pussy worship, pussy addiction, pussy loyalty, pussy. It's like, if you guys could fucking mainline, strap up your arm with that elastic band and fucking do the double tap on there, you'd inject pussy all day long. You'd be in a pussy coma if they could bottle this shit up and inject it. You guys are fucking pathetic when it comes to pussy.
Bruh.
That's what I'm saying.
It kind of reminded me of...
and this is the problem, guys. This is how you know, real quick, let me say this.
Yeah.
This is how you know most guys don't really care about the treatment they get from women. They're more concerned with her not fucking nobody else.
Right.
Remember that? Was it Eartha Kitt in Boomerang, or was it No, it wasn't Eartha Kitt. It was Grace Jones. That's what that reminded me of, that part. Need to get that sound bite on that over and over and over again. I think this came up in the questions of when the guy was asking about teaching loyalty and his version of what loyalty meant compared to others as far as hers. And I think that, if your girlfriend did everything you ever wanted her to do, and then she went and got something on the side and you never knew about it, would you consider her loyal or not loyal? Like if she handled business, if breakfast was done, food was, whatever you asked her to do, she did. Would that be loyal to you, or is it only just the fact that she keeps this tiny little box just for you? And I think, that all depend on your version of what that loyalty means to you. For some people, that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
That tiny little box don't mean nothing. But as soon as you not do what I asked you to do, then we have some issues. And I think that that's an individual thing to whatever program that you're going to have for yourself and how you want to live.
Right.
And I don't think anybody else can answer that for you.
Jay, I think this goes back to what I forget. One of you guys was saying this, where thinking that like dick creates the loyalty, right? And there's this whole just like genital level of looking at how people are connected, and that's where loyalty lies and things like that. Loyalty is a thing of the mind and of the heart.
Right.
Let's go with this call.
Right. All right. So we got 510, and also thank you for your Cash App with the 10. Appreciate you. 510. Go ahead. You are on the Manhood is a Skill Set show. We got a full panel today. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Hi, my name is Aaron. I'm from California. I'm 36 years old.
All right. What's your
You
question?
guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, so I know, like, I just found your guys' channels recently, and before I found your guys' channels, there's a chick at our work. I work as a security officer, and the chick at our work is a client of ours, right? She's the property manager, so basically I used to check in with her and everything, and I find her really attractive. And
okay, go ahead.
I mean, I find her attractive. Like, I mean, I can't help it. Like, I'm biologically wired.
Yeah, you can't help it, right? Yeah, it's exactly just like Mr. Justin said. It's an addiction. But go ahead.
Yeah. So, I go into work. I check in with her. I make like little small talks to her, and then sometimes like she'll be like. I feel like she would be like into me, like
you.
Oh my god!
All right, wait. What? All right, so let's get because we can't listen to too much of this, but let's get.
There's already so much wrong with it.
Yeah.
Like, let's get to the point where you want to accomplish something. What are we trying to accomplish by calling into this, please?
Oh, I know. Like I said, I just find your guys' stuff now. Before this, I didn't know any better. Like,
so, are you wondering how to bag her, or are you wondering how to handle the situation from here?
Yeah, your question is. Go ahead.
My question is. So I was telling her.
No. Caller. Okay, caller. Let's ask it another way. Do you want to put your penis in this woman's vagina?
Yes.
Or her mouth or her butthole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or between her fingers. Yes.
So okay. So are you trying to you called us to figure out how to do that? Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. And how long have you been working with this woman?
Yeah.
It's been like 3 months.
And how old are you again?
30-something.
36.
36.
So when you first saw her and you felt like, ooh, I would love to have sex with her, how come you didn't approach her and talk to her then?
Because my supervisor was standing right next to me.
Okay,
it's a job.
I don't mean literally. Brother, I don't mean literally. What I mean is once you saw her and you realized that I would love to have sex with her, how come you didn't immediately approach her when you had an opportunity to? Why did you wait 3 months?
Because we're in the office and there's other people around us.
When you go to the grocery store and you look at a woman that is very attractive and you say to yourself, I wouldn't mind having sex with her, do you go approach them?
No, I haven't done that yet because I just found your guys' channel recently.
Oh, you don't approach women at all? Oh, wait. Let's back up. Hold on. Caller, I have to understand this, please. Do you actually, or have you actually rather, approached women and hit on them, flirted with them, tried to make something happen?
No.
I haven't.
Have you ever had sex before? I'm not trying to make fun of you. I need to know the answer to that.
Yes.
You have.
Okay.
Did you pay for it?
No.
Okay.
Was it a girlfriend or was it a casual sex encounter?
Both.
Both?
Explain.
Okay, so I've had 5 girlfriends, and then the random sexual encounter I've had, it was a random, was the lucky ones you guys talk about. It was a lucky one, the one night stand.
I don't call no woman lucky. I mean, I don't refer to me. No, having sex is not lucky. No. Now the woman is lucky to have sex with me, but I'm not lucky to have sex with her. Hell no.
No. That's not what I'm saying. You know how you guys say sometimes it's a chance encounter?
Oh, you just luck up into some pussy. You just tripped over the welcome mat.
Yeah. It was happenstance pussy.
Yeah.
Macking on accident. Okay. All right.
Right.
Okay, cool. So
It wasn't you, it was her rabbit.
So the girlfriends that you had, you said you have 5 girlfriends. How long on average? I don't need to know the exact time for each one. On average, how long did you wait until sex happened when you first? So from the first time you met these girlfriends up until the first time sex actually happened, how much time surpassed or lapsed? On average.
You're talking about on average?
Yeah, like a couple of weeks, a month, on average.
Damn, I didn't do that math in my head.
Okay. Let me ask you another question. Don't worry. How many times did you see the woman physically before you finally fucked her? That's a better question.
2 times.
2 times. On average, 2 times. And you did a date both times, right?
2 times, yes.
And did you do a date every single time?
Coffee date. That's it.
No, I'm asking you, did you do a date every time up until the time you had sex? That's what I'm asking.
For a girlfriend and casual?
Bro, the 5 girlfriends you had prior to having sex with them, did you do a date every single time you saw them? Is what I'm asking you.
No.
Okay. Guys, y'all take it from here. There's more I want to say, but we got a little bit more time left.
I think I know you're kind of confused that we're asking questions about this, but this is kind of to judge kind of where you're at when it comes to your interaction with, ladies and stuff. I'm a kind of cut to it and hand it to the other guys, but do you know the number 1 lane on the freeway is the fastest lane, right? Everybody, you count from the inside out. So the number 1 lane is the one closest to in the inside, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. You're asking for a fast lane thing when you're just hopping on the freeway, right? So that this thing you're asking for, there's so much stuff you got to navigate that I don't think this is something you should navigate. Right? You are.
What about the chick at work?
Yeah, the chick at work, and only because the W word, right? Work. Okay, your money, your living is working, and that's at work. So if you mess that up, you potentially could mess up how you earn your money. You could mess up your job. You could mess up a lot of things. And sometimes guys don't realize they're not staring at you. You've been staring at them, so they're staring at you, wondering if you're staring at them. You understand that? And so sometimes they're like, yo, I'm looking, like he's always looking at me. And so now they're checking to make sure, like, is he looking at me again? So you got to understand that what you have here is something that is on the number 1 lane. I don't think it's impossible. I just don't think you're ready for it by the questions that Zag asked you and how you answered. That this is not your speed. This is not your speed. I would approach.
My bad.
Go ahead, Zach.
I'm going to make this real quick point. I know we're on borrowed time. The point I was trying to get to, caller, is if you're not used or experienced in having casual sex encounters, dealing with women that you work with is not a good idea.
Facts.
Yeah.
I don't think, even if you are, I think like if you care about your job, just go to fucking work. That's what you're there for, right? It's the same thing with college. You know what I mean? Like so many students just fucking blow their college load. And there's so many things that you could learn. Listen, I partially did that too. Okay. Bro, if I went back to college now, I would fucking destroy. I would destroy that place with the amount of knowledge and oh my God, the free time, no responsibilities. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that's why I waited until I was in my late 20s to go to college because I knew.
My daughter's definitely waiting. I'm holding off on that. But anyways, so the thing is though, is that like you get your head out of a fucking vagina, just pull it out, you know, so you can see clearly and go to work and do your job. All right. Like the work thing, even the school thing, but I get it for young guys, students, whatever. It's low hanging fruit. Right. And that just shows that you're lazy. Yeah. You're lazy when it comes to talking to girls. You want to go talk to girls, do it off of work time. Right. Do it on your free time. Do it when you're not working. All right. Put some real effort into it. Not just that chick who happens to be there. And because of your neediness, you're like, ooh, she's real cute. Right. Because I think that if you took her completely out of context, that she would not be as cute as you think she is. She just happens to be perceived this way because she's your only viable option in the environment you spend most of your time in.
Yeah.
All
right, we talk about that at work.
I like her. No, the only reason why I think the only reason why I think she's hot, she's my type, she's Latina. Yeah, I think she has a BBL, but I don't know.
So what?
She's just my type. But
so, caller, let me ask you this.
Try to pursue it.
Let me ask you this. And this is I'm not making fun of you. You know, I don't question your intelligence.
You can make fun of me.
No, I don't. That's not my style. What did you hear us say? Like, what did you hear us?
Do your job and just get out of there.
Yeah. So, the BBL means what to that statement?
That's.
I know. I'm saying it looks like she has a BBL, but I don't know.
Okay, so that still doesn't change. That still doesn't change. And this is the part that kind of irritates me. And I'm gonna be honest with you, because you know this is great information. These gentlemen have been doing this for years, and if they're all saying like, "Hey, this is a ticking time bomb," with this at the job, and your first thought is her BBL. It doesn't seem like you really listened and understood what we're talking about, and that's why I say this is first lane stuff. You're not on the highway. If all you're doing is looking at her BBL, she looks hot. She might be the hottest person that you ever seen, and she's smiling at you because she has to talk to you.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's your job.
That's the thing. Like, yes, there's hot women. There's hot women everybody interacts with at work.
Hear me out. Just hear me out right quick. Hear me out right quick. So when I went into the office, which was like a month ago, about a month and a half ago, right?
Oh my God.
A month and a half ago, I was telling her a real talk. There was a situation in the parking lot where two couples were about to get it on, right? And I told her that I had to stop it because I have to report these things to her. And
wait, stop it. You told her, let me get this fucking straight. You told this woman, hey, there was two people about to fuck, and I put a stop to it. How dare they? Is that what you did?
Well, he's working security. You ain't supposed to let him bone in the car.
What I told her was I wasn't going to put a stop to it, you know, if I wasn't doing this job, because I have to report these things to her. I have to report these things to her because they look on camera.
Oh,
wait. Is she your boss? Is this woman your boss?
She's the leasing.
She's not my boss.
She's in the leasing office.
She's our client.
Oh, she's the
a client. That's even worse, bro.
No,
you can kill that whole contract, man.
Yeah, leave it.
That is even worse. Get your head out of your ass, man.
It's just a security job. I can just go find a security job somewhere else. I don't give a shit.
Wait. So you're just saying you're willing to sacrifice your employment for a piece of ass?
Oh, okay.
No. Hold on. Hear me out.
You just said I'm willing. Hang on. You just said I'm willing to get another job. I don't give a shit about this one.
Yeah.
You just said that. That means you're willing to sacrifice your employment for a piece of ass. That is so incredibly weak.
And what if it goes past you? Because security is a contract. And so what if whatever interactions you guys have blow that whole contract? So now the company you're working for has now lost a contract because no matter what was consensual and was cool at first, she ain't feeling now.
Yeah. And a lot of these, just like in every other business, like we're all coaches, we know each other. Networks are smaller than you think. The security business isn't all that big. They all know each other because you want to know what your competition is up to, and there's sometimes alliances and network and all that stuff.
Yeah,
word gets around.
Hear me out. Right?
Oh my God!
The girl that was about to get it on with the girl that was about to get it on with the guy in the parking lot, right? All I said was I saw her at the gym at work, and she told me to escort her to her car because we have turkeys around there, and she was scared of the turkey. So I was like, I pointed at her, and then she kind of ignored me because she recognized that I knew who she was. And then I escorted her to her car. She's like, I'm scared of the turkey. I'm like, well, it's mating season. And I told this thing to my boss, the boss at work. And then she felt some type of way. And I was like, yeah, she was kind of cute too. And then the boss was like, oh, okay. You don't have to check in with me all the time now. I felt like she got a little mad.
Oh my God. Caller, none of this is relevant. You know what? Forget it. Go after the girl. Go after her hard. Do not let off the throttle. Crack that shit wide open. Don't even contract. Forget you even made this call to us. Okay, just completely forget it and just whack that throttle open. Just go for it, dude.
His contract is done.
Create this whole fantasy in your head that now she's jealous. Did you mention another woman?
Yeah, he's fucked. He's fucked. But caller, listen, we gotta go, man. Thanks for your call. We gotta go. All right.
I'll join in another 10, so I'll call back again.
Okay, all right. Call back tomorrow. Real game, no theory.
Yeah.
Call back tomorrow. Real game, no theory. All right.
No. I don't mess with Steve. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah.
hey, you about to kill your whole contract
because Steve would call you a bitch.
Yeah. Facts. But guys, are we good and ready to get out of here? Because I gotta.
Yeah, let's just.
Real quick. Thank y'all for coming through, Mr. Justin.
Yep.
Miles Cunningham, Jay Roman, it's your boy Jag. What is Real Loyalty in Relationships? I hope you have enjoyed the show. Like, share, and subscribe. Real Game No Theory tomorrow, 12 o'clock, noon Eastern.
Peace.